trying to give you guys some remote opportunities here midweek. So we'll just open up to questions, and Bob will take them for a few moments. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Coach, Anthony Moore, XFL News Hub. Thank you for the time, first of all. Secondly, just wanted to ask, after a few days of, thinking about how the game went in St. Louis, what comes to your mind when you think about what happened Sunday with your team and the performance?
Yeah, as much as anything, offensively, we had a couple of short fourth downs that we had an opportunity to extend drives and we couldn't. Which really hurt us. And then just overall, just offensive production needs to pick up. We've got to be better in our execution as much as anything, not just on third or fourth down, but just throughout. We had some drops, we had missed some throws, so all together and far too many turnovers. We had 3 interceptions and a fumble on fourth down. So you can't win like that and go on the road and kick field goals all day. We got to stay on the field, execute better, and get some touchdowns. And then defensively, it's the first time in 4 games they were able to run the football on us. They got us. I thought their running back did an excellent job of carrying our guys, getting extra yards, and then overall, just some of our gap integrity wasn't as strong as it has been through most of the year, and that ended up, I think costing us some. And then also, we gave up a couple explosive passes that, put us behind the 8 ball. So, yeah, that was, special teams, I thought overall were really solid. And a good part of the first half, the defense was really good, but then I just thought as the game went on, the running game hurt us in the second half more and more.
So talk about being the road team in front of a crowd of over 38,000. What was that like for your team? Because it's kind of rare where you see a team this year that has done the silent count, and you guys had to go to the silent count because of how loud the crowd noise was. How much of an impact did that have on the game?
I don't believe any. We didn't have any trouble at the line of scrimmage. I think one time it's just we didn't like the play. I called timeout. But other than that, I thought we operated at the line really well. It was awesome to be there with the crowd the way it was. And even though you're the opposing team, it's fun being booed, and it makes it, it's a lively, fun environment to be out there playing football in. And so my compliments to, the St. Louis fans and their team. It was a great environment, and they played a better game than we did.
Now, obviously, your team has had a couple of injuries on defense, with Jamal Carter and Josh Hawkins, Ontario being injured. How you felt about the guys like Darnell Sankey and those guys and Joel Powell, who have really stepped into those starting roles?
Yeah, Joe, those guys have played well. Darnell was recognized just a week ago, one of our best players on defense, and how he played. And Joe had a lot of really good plays this week, and was really big for us in the return game, punt returns also. So all those guys have stepped up. We missed the other guys. They're really good players, of course, but these other guys are playing well. They're the other guys that are stepping in for them have really, played in a good way in solid games.
What did your offense have to do to get back on track? I know it's been kind of an up and down season for the offense. What do you think they have to do to
execute? There isn't any magic to the bottom line. There's no magic plays. You got to execute whatever you're going to put out there. And overall, we haven't had 11 guys on the same page being able to execute and move the football consistently.
Coach, thanks for joining us. How have you evaluated Kyle Slaughter over starting for the last 2 weeks? And is there any chance that you'll move back to Drew Plitt, depending on how things go over the next couple of weeks?
Well, Kyle had a really poor second half. There's some throws he missed, that obvious, but overall, I think he and Drew have played similarly through 2 games each. They're both 1-1. They both have had some good plays. They both have had some poor plays. So that being said, we're going to give them an opportunity just to battle it out all week, sharing reps, and at the end of the week, who we feel is executed overall the best, and it may be even close, that we're going to go with that guy to start. And if we're not going to hesitate, if we have some really poor plays, to switch the guys. I see other teams in this league, in the XFL, using 2 quarterbacks quite a bit consistently, and they're having success doing it. So if need be, we'll play 2, but we're going to let them work it through the week and find out which one we feel deserves an opportunity to start. And again, our offensive struggles aren't all by any means on the quarterback by a long shot. So we've got to run the football better, protect the quarterback better. There's a lot of different, parts of it we can help them better as coaches, getting in the right place. So overall, all of it fits together. It isn't just quarterback's problem.
Coach, it's Myron Patton in Oklahoma City. How you doing?
I recognize you, Myron. I recognize that voice too.
Yeah, I didn't know if I just jumped in how you guys were doing it, but how's your receiving core doing? In particular, a guy like Jordan Smallwood.
Yeah, Jordan's a great guy, a leader in the locker room, and he's doing well. The receiver group, we're getting, it's been good to a degree. Caleb Van Der Esch has come in and has had a spark for us. We're getting a few guys back. Ronnell Hall, is back. He's more of a speed guy that's hopefully can help us and, just stretch the defense a little more with some big plays, hopefully.
You mentioned about the big crowd, and you kind of hit on this a little bit earlier. I know it was a road game, but something like that gets you guys going as much as the home team?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was great. I mean, anybody loves, any player, coach, whatever, you love going into a home game and the crowd roaring against you, and you can always feed off of their energy as well.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else from you guys?
Coach, just wanted to ask about, what are your thoughts on the San Antonio Brahmas with all the preparation you've done? What have you seen from that team?
Well, they're a better team than their record shows. I know that. They've been in tight, close games, same one-score games, I think, every one of them. So they do a nice job. They multiple, sets that they give you. They're pretty balanced running pass, those kind of things, solid defense. So anyway, they look good. Hines does a really good job with them.
I got one more. Because you had to shut down with COVID a couple of years ago. This is your second stint in the league. How have things been compared to that first year, especially with Dwayne Johnson and his involvement and everything else?
Yeah, the ownership group is much more involved and closer and around, and they do an awesome job. The entire Dwayne Johnson, Danny Garcia, and Jerry Cardinal, all of them just do a really good. They've been around, they've been participating. They're promoting the league, and they got a real passion for it. To see it succeed. And I think the one difference, and I've heard it from multiple people, I think overall our player pool is stronger. The players we have throughout the league, I feel are just stronger and more talented overall than maybe the last time we did it. How's everybody back in Oklahoma?
We're good. Don't have any teams in the tournament, but spring football starts next week for Oklahoma, so you know how that is.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Well, tell all my Sooners I said hello.
I definitely will. I'm sure I don't know if Brett's been in your ear or not or anything, but they've been busy there. They got to come in for 2025. I'm sure you miss recruiting, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I do not. Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to more than a few coaches who the NIL recruiting, everything else. They're like, okay, I think I got out when the right time.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, good talking with you. Appreciate the coverage, especially down here in Texas. So.
Yeah, thank you guys, and we'll try to do this on a more regular weekly basis. Just have opportunity to talk to coach remotely. So thanks for jumping on, and I'll be sure to share this recording with you guys as well.
All right, guys.
Thank
All
you.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Coach. Thanks, Matt.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.